Yeah, that's the first time I've heard it. I haven't really heard too much about that kind of talk. I think at this point we're just focused on what we can control, the type of team that we have, and how we're going to play this series. Obviously, the next couple of days and yesterday, we've taken a good look at their team and have a lot of respect for what they can do, and it's going to be a tough series, but right now the focus is on us.
Do you see similarities, though, when you watch them in terms of their speed and skill and stuff you guys have made pretty good, successful run on?
Yeah, I mean, you can. The first thing that comes to mind is their speed and their skill. They have two lines that have been pretty impressive to watch throughout the playoffs to this point, but you can't discredit the rest of their team, the way they play physically, the way they check, the way they play structurally, defensively. They have a good coach. That's obvious from watching from afar. So, but as I mentioned earlier, we're just more concerned with us.
I just asked Jonathan this, but Ben Bishop is obviously a really big goalie and he's athletic. You guys happen to have a backup goalie who's big and athletic as well. I mean, can that help the fact that you guys shoot out Scott Darling, pretty much every day?
Yeah, I guess. We have two goalies, and you can throw Rance in there as well. They're tough guys to score on in practice. Anytime you can shoot on high-quality goaltenders like that, I guess it helps you as a shooter. But haven't played against Ben Bishop a whole lot in my career. I was injured the first time we played him this year at home, and got a good chance to watch him. I was impressed how well he moves the puck and handles it, and gets involved in the play just about every time the puck's in the D zone. So nothing new for our team to face another top-notch goaltender. We got to find a way to beat him.
Patrick, do you prefer to play teams that are high-paced like you? That they want to skate down the ice?
I'm sure they want to skate just the way Anaheim wanted to skate. I thought Anaheim was one of the faster playoff series I've been a part of in all my years playing. So, you can talk about what to expect and prepare for everything before game one, but once you get on the ice, I can tell you it's going to be fast, it's going to be physical, it's going to be tight checking. It doesn't matter if it's Tampa or anybody else.
Patrick, do you change your game then? How much do you for these guys? As opposed to
I think you adapt and adjust to each game, however it's being played. That's a good thing about our team is we can adjust to a physical style, a skating style. But we like to play the way Joel and the coaching staff has kind of implemented their system with us. So as long as we stick to our game plan, we're happy.
Patrick, Seabrook is usually a pretty steady guy, but once the playoffs hit, he seems to go up that much more. What is it about him this time of year on the ice and also even leadership in the locker room?
I think steady's a perfect word to describe Siebes. We've laughed and joked about his superstitions and his preparations. They haven't changed since 2005. I don't expect them to change for this series, and I think that kind of pays off this time of year. In big games and overtimes, he sticks to what works. You mentioned leadership. A lot of the guys in the room look up to him as a leader. He's always got a smile on his face. He's gotten a lot funnier over the years. He makes everybody laugh, and one of the best teammates I've ever had.
What are some of the things that you talk about as superstitions? What are some of the things he does that you think are kind of...
I don't think we have time to go into Siebes' superstitions. He's pretty much got everything planned out from the time he wakes up until he plays the game. He's got an off day, a practice day, and a game day. That's how he lives his life.
Patrick, when, all the different series, there's a lot of high energy. Is there even more so when you get to these finals? Is there a different feeling during these games?
Yeah, it's easy to say it's just another playoff series, and you want to attack it that way, but going out on the ice and thinking and playing that way is another obstacle altogether. We all know what's on the line. We know what's at stake. It's a different energy in the finals. I've been there twice before, and it's certainly different than most other series, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is it one of the reasons why you can be successful on the road, because of that ability to build up that energy then?
Yeah, whether we're playing at home or on the road, you kind of adjust to how the game's being played. You want to play your system, your game plan. We're comfortable being on the road. I think early in our career as a team, back in 2009, we had a lot of success on the road, whether it was regular season or playoffs. It's something we enjoy doing, is getting together and being together in the hotel and playing in the other team's building. But I don't think it really matters where you're playing. For us, for them, it's going to be good games all the way through.
You mentioned some of the goaltenders you guys have beaten in the past. I mean, have you ever sat down and looked at a list of the guys that you guys have beaten? Pecorine, Roberto Luongo is to name two right there. So, I mean, can you guys draw confidence off of that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the goaltender you look at. You look at the entire team, and beating the goalie is one thing, but getting to the net, getting scoring opportunities, and keeping it out of your net is a whole nother animal as well. So I don't think you circle goaltenders' names and say we beat this guy. It's more, it was a good series against a hard-fought team, and we were able to come out on top.
Patrick, how does Jonathan's leadership change over the last few years, if at all? Or has he kind of been the same guy throughout the whole?
He's pretty much been the same from day one. You see him mature a lot on and off the ice, but the way he prepares for games, the way he thinks about hockey, I think that's one of the good things about our team and why we've been so successful is we got a number of guys in our locker room that are constantly looking for ways to improve themselves as players, improve their bodies, improve their health, and Johnny leads the way in that department. So I think I'm not really sure what else I can say about Johnny. You guys know what I think about him. You know what our locker room thinks about him, and we're lucky to have him as our captain.
Patrick, Tampa really likes to use that speed, use that skill, and make it an open ice kind of game. Do you enjoy those kind of matchups as individual, but also for your team? How do you see that working for you guys?
Yeah, I tried to touch on it earlier. We can talk about how they like to play with speed and an open ice, and whether they like to check. Who knows? We can talk about it all day, but until you get on the ice and face that opponent, feel each other out, and kind of see how the series is going to go, you really have no idea. But I mentioned earlier that we feel comfortable playing whatever style of play it is out there. We certainly have our system, our structure that we like to play from Joel, and hopefully we can apply that.
Johnny was saying that he was having trouble sleeping last night, but he's so excited that this is here again. Do you have anything, problems like that, or are you having the same thoughts like I can't believe we're here again?
Not that I can't believe we're here, but there's definitely excitement. After the Game 7, it was tough to kind of relax on the plane and get to sleep when I got home, but I remember the first time in 2010 when we were close to winning, and wasn't a whole lot of pregame naps going on. There wasn't great sleep at nighttime. It was so much excitement. I think the more times you go through it, the more relaxed you can get. But having said that, the excitement and energy is still there.
Andrew, why are you guys able to adapt and adjust? It seems like a awfully good comfort thing to know that no matter what they throw at you, you can eventually you've been able to figure it out. Why is that? Is that just because of the talent from top to bottom on this team, or is there something intangible that happens?
It's a good question. It's tough to answer that kind of. Joel's got a system that he brought to us when he came into the team and took over, and we kind of try to play that every game. Whether we score first or we're up a couple, that system stays the same. Whether we're chasing the game, we're trying to play the same way. And we've come from behind a lot of games. You can point to talent and structure for that. We've protected leads. You can point to great defensive play and great goaltending. Every game's different. I think we're a well-rounded team.
Patrick, you had an opportunity to win your first Stanley Cup against the team that brought you to the NHL in Philadelphia. What do you imagine this will be like for Brad Richards, who has an even deeper history against the team you're going to play against?
Yeah, I know Richie was paying attention to the conference finals in the East there with his two former teams going at it, and Richie's kind of taken it to a whole new level here in the playoffs. He's has a great career up to this point. That speaks for itself, but to see the way he's kind of paid the price and dug in here in the playoffs, it's special to see, and that's what makes it special to be in the playoffs. So I know going back to 2010, playing against the Flyers, a lot of emotions, not only from your own standpoint with your Hawks teammates trying to win a Stanley Cup, but the Flyers were the team that gave me my start. They won a championship in the minors on that ice, and then to go back and win a Stanley Cup was even more special. So I don't think Richie's getting too far ahead of himself. He knows what's ahead of him. He's a veteran player, but he's pretty excited, I'm quite sure.
In the past, we've gotten, or in the regular season, we've gotten used to Blackhawks fans kind of filling the opposing arena. Pretty good showing, I think, in Anaheim. I mean, how much does that help during the playoffs, even when they're out there yelling and screaming like that?
Yeah, it was some big cheers from the crowd when we scored in Anaheim, and it's great to see that. It's great to see them on the streets in the visiting cities wearing the red jerseys and supporting the team. That's one thing about the Hawks fans that really means a lot to us as an organization, is to see them travel with us and have that support in the road buildings. So not sure what to expect in Tampa, but I'm sure there'll be a few Hawks fans there.
How's Tavo handled this playoff experience? And any way you can prepare him for a final?
He's been solid all the way through. It's tough to get a read on him. He's the same guy every day. He's the same now as he was in Notre Dame at the start of the season, and I think that's a credit to him as being a professional. It's tough in your early years to play these long seasons. You're not quite used to the grind. You're not used to the schedule. But he's been great. I think he's getting better and better every game. I think the playoffs has been great for him to get a piece of that action and to to raise his level on the ice, and it's been fun playing with him.
As a line, do you guys feel like you guys are just getting a bit more comfortability with just throughout the game?
Yeah, definitely. Talking with Vermi and Tavo before each game and during the game, we have a lot of fun playing with each other. Try to have fun off the ice as well, and whether we play together the next series for the remainder of the season, who knows? But at this point, we're having fun trying to do the best we can.